Okay, fall in, troops, coming to you live from inside the bunker from the Vietnam Veterans Live Show. This is Ronny Ymbras. I served with the 101st Airborne Division in Vietnam, December 67 to December 68. Today's guest is Sergeant Rich Drago from A Company, 1st Battalion, 7th Cavalry of the 1st Air Cavalry Division. He served in Vietnam. He's also the commander of the Military Order of the Purple Heart Chapter 1782 at Washington headquarters in Newburgh, New York, which was the first chapter of the Purple Heart, Military Order of the Purple Heart. Don't forget to subscribe to our Facebook page, Fallen Never Forgotten. There's 83,000 members there. You'll most likely see somebody or hear about things that you ran into while you served there. And hopefully you hook up with a friend or two. Fallen Never Forgotten, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Book, covers one memorial in each state, has a biography on it, tells you how the land was acquired, how they got the funds to erect the memorial, who the landscape architect, and what happened on dedication day. And then it lists all the guys and a few women who did not come home, alphabetically and state by state, as well as the territories and the wall in Washington, D.C. You can learn about that at fallenneverforgotten.com. And we also have the Vietnam Veterans Photo Club page on Facebook. Very popular page, about 83,000 members. And the guys have been hooking up on that as well. Okay, so I think we should take a little break here, make sure that Richie's all hooked up, ready to go, and we'll be back in a little while. Thank you.
The Vietnam War, a vicious battle in a foreign land where all gave some, and some gave all. Americans have built great monuments to show the appreciation that many Vietnam veterans never received at the time of battle. Fallen, Never Forgotten Vietnam Memorials in the USA is a tribute to these warriors. This 12 by 9-inch, 240-page photo and information book is the perfect gift for the Vietnam veteran in your life, containing over 300 large, full-color photographs from more than 50 memorials throughout the country. Fallen, Never Forgotten Vietnam Memorials in the USA displays the beauty, grace, and honor these landmarks behold. We interviewed the people behind the memorials for up-to-date and accurate information. Call now to order your copy of Fallen, Never Forgotten Vietnam Memorials in the USA. Call now.
Okay, back with Sergeant Rich Drago from the Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 1782, at Washington headquarters in Newburgh, New York. Okay, Richie, tell us when you first got, or when you hooked up with the 1st Cav and your experiences from there. Timeline.
First of all, thanks for having me on the show, Ronnie. I got to Vietnam in 1969, was assigned to A Company, 1st Battalion, 7th Cavalry. Of course, I was the new guy. But we were in a couple of firefights right away, so I guess I got my my baptism of fire.
Right, there you go. All right. Now, let's get into the crux of the organization you run here, which is fabulous. National Purple Heart Day just passed. What went on there in the historic Hudson Valley?
Well, in the Hudson Valley, we had a honor ceremony for all the Purple Heart recipients, and we had it at Washington's headquarters in Newburgh. Typically, we have it at the National Purple Heart Hall of Honor, but they're undergoing a $17 million redo, which was, was granted by Governor Cuomo and the late Senator Larkin. So being that the whole site is closed, we migrated over to Washington's headquarters in Newburgh. And for those of you who don't know, Washington's headquarters is the precursor area for the current day Purple Heart.
Okay. As commander of your military order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 1782, tell us some of the reasons why you got involved and what do you do in that capacity?
Well, I joined in 2008. I had a bunch of guys in my reunions tell me, you should get in. If you have the Purple Heart, you should get into the military order of the Purple Heart. So after I came back from my reunion, I looked up the local chapter. It happens to be 1782 in Newburgh, New York. And obviously they gave it the 1782 number because in 1782, that's when Washington created the Badge of Military Merit, which is the forerunner of the Purple Heart. I got in, I found the organization was basically composed of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam veterans, and one or two Iraq guys, because that war was, just recent. And so we're in the business of helping veterans, just like all the other organizations are. You don't have to have a Purple Heart. We'll help anybody. We're geared towards Purple Heart recipients, obviously. And basically we try and help as much as we can.
Great. And also, when is this new construction going to be? Actually, I drove by there a couple of weeks ago looking for the
picture on the outside, and it's hush hush. They were not affected by COVID-19 except for a week. They deemed commercial and not a residential construction. So at that point, they were allowed to continue, and they're going to finish on time. They tell me it will be open in November.
Oh, that's wonderful. Good for that. Great. Okay. Also, here we have some a real Vietnam veteran supporter coming into town, Gary Sinise. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the Purple Heart Hall of Honor is run by New York State. Even though we call it National Purple Heart Hall of Honor, it's national because there is no other place in the nation where you can register Purple Heart recipients. So you cannot donate to the Hall of Honor. If you do, it goes into New York State's general fund, which is not where you want the money to go. So they created the National Purple Heart Hall of Honor Incorporated, which is a 501c3 fundraising arm for the hall. The name was a little too close, so now they've changed it as a DBA to the National Purple Heart Honor Mission.
Right.
One of the things that the Honor Mission does is we bring one Purple Heart recipient and a caregiver from every state in the Union to see the Hall of Honor. That's done through donations to the Purple Heart Honor Mission. It's done through corporate donations such as ShopRite, and we get a big hand from the Honor Flight guys because they have all the connections for the airlines. So once a year we do that. We also have something called the Genesis Medal Award Dinner. Genesis is the group of people who started the National Purple Heart Hall of Honor. It was started by private funds. There are 4 gentlemen, that's why they call it the Genesis Group. 2 of those gentlemen have subsequently passed away. Joe Farina, who was a World War II radio operator with MacArthur, and Senator William Larkin, who was a colonel in World War II and Korea, and several others. So we decided to create the Genesis Medal and award it to one Purple Heart recipient and one non-Purple Heart recipient. Past recipients have been Temmie Duckworth, people who have made a real contribution to the veterans' cause. We always try to get one Purple Heart, non-Purple Heart recipient who's fairly known to everybody. And we tried to get Gary Sinise, but he was unavailable for 21, but he promised he would be available for the 2022 award dinner. So we've got him, as far as I know, we've got him locked in for the 2022 dinner. Hopefully the 2021 dinner will get pulled off. Obviously we don't know with COVID yet. But that's one of the things that the Purple Heart Honor Mission does, besides raising funds for the Hall of Honor.
Yeah, let me cut in here a minute, Richie. That's a wonderful event too, because I went there, and it's my gosh, it's like a homecoming when you go there, and people from all over the country, actually all over the world.
Hey, everybody wants it.
What?
It's the hottest ticket in town. Everybody wants it.
Yeah. I'll tell you, that's too bad that it wasn't put on this year as well. Now, the Military Order of the Purple Heart could only be joined if you're combat wounded. Yes or no?
That's correct. Primarily, you have to be combat wounded. Your family members can join as associate members. So if you have a son or a daughter or a husband who was wounded, then the wife and the children can all be associate members of the Military Order of the Purple Heart.
Gotcha. Okay.
And being combat wounded these days, they've changed the designation because of the IEDs that our current service people are getting involved with. If you have a traumatic brain injury where there is no actual blood, you can still get a Purple Heart.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Well, nothing for PTSD still, though, right?
No, nothing for PTSD yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Unfortunately.
Yep. Tell us about this Purple Heart coin that is pending legislation.
Well, Congress allows 2 coins to be minted every year, and they could be any variety of coin, and it can be any type of object that you want to honor. So we got our Congressman, Sean Patrick Maloney, to push a Purple Heart coin. Coin is going to be honoring the Purple Heart and National Purple Heart Hall of Honor. It will be minted at West Point. The cost of the coin will be recouped from the first sales of the coin. Once they pay back West Point the cost of the die and the mint, then every other set of coins that's sold, that money will go to the fundraising side of the Purple Heart Hall of Honor. So it's a great deal. There's going to be 3 coins, a gold, silver, and platinum. And my understanding is that you can buy them individually or proof sets. We have everybody on the Congress side has signed up. We have 50 senators. We need, I think, 15 more. It's awfully hard with what's going on with the COVID and the election, but we think we're going to make it this year. And then the coin will be submitted for selection, and everybody's pretty sure that it'll get selected for 2021 or 2022, depending on how many coins are ahead of it. And it will be minted right out of the West Point Mint.
Now, am I to understand this is a real coin you could spend? With George Washington's picture on one end and the backside Purple Heart?
I'm not sure of the design yet. I haven't seen the design yet.
Right.
I haven't been privy to the design, but I know that we were down in Congress last year, walking the halls and talking to the Congress people, and everybody basically wanted to sign on because you attach yourself to Purple Heart recipients. There's no downside, really.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay. And it's still so tell us about your time in Vietnam, Richie.
I was a grunt like everybody else. As I moved up through the squad, I became a M60 gunner. That was one of the deals. When I was wounded, I was firing the gun. I was actually on a Firebase Jerry. And they G2 had gotten some intelligence that an NVA battalion or something was supposed to hit the LZ with 50 plus guys. And they had already chopped us out. The only guys that were left on the LZ was the support staff and the artillery. And unfortunately, I guess we were the closest guys. So they brought us back. And sure enough, at midnight that night, they started walking mortars in, and they tried to come through the wire. It was an interesting engagement, and I got hit with shrapnel from a mortar. And the funny part was I didn't even know I was wounded because I was too busy firing the M60. And I felt my boot was all wet, and I didn't know what the hell was going on until I realized, oh crap, that was that blast and the heat I felt from the mortar.
Not good. There you go. Right. Okay. Then where'd you go to the hospital? Any out of country, or that was
They, so they pulled me back to the aid station, and they realized they couldn't do anything for me, there. So 2 o'clock in the morning, it's still in the middle of the battle. The medevacs came in. They threw me on the medevac, took me back out. I went to 95th evac, and then to Osaka, Japan, where they actually had to do operations on me. Then they flew me back into Dover, Delaware, and then to St. Albans Hospital up in Queens, New York, and that's where I was recuperated, and then back into the Army again. But I was in the States, so. At that point, I had served the rest of my time out in Fort Riley, Kansas, and I got out in 1971. So I was in from 69 to 71. Let me tell you guys a little about how the Purple Heart was created. 1782, General Washington wanted to reward the common soldier. All the officers had all the rewards, but he didn't have any money from Congress because Congress had frozen the funds. So he created a Purple Heart badge, a cloth badge with the word merit sewn into it. And that allowed the common soldier to pass through the sentries without being challenged, just like the officers would. And at that point, it was awarded to 3 sergeants from Connecticut. The only known one left that you can see is in the National Purple Heart Hall of Honor. The other 2 badges, they're not sure where they went. The 3 badges were awarded at Washington's headquarters in Newburgh. After the Revolutionary War, the badge fell into disuse. And then for World War I, if you got wounded, they gave you a wound chevron that you sewed onto the sleeve of your uniform. In 1932, General Douglas MacArthur wanted to have a medal to honor combat wounded soldiers. So he took the badge of military merit. He went to the Army Heraldry Department, and they designed the modern day Purple Heart. At first, it was only for the Army, but then it was expanded to all the services. And those gentlemen in World War I who had wound chevrons were able to turn it in for an actual Purple Heart medal. So that's a little bit of the history of the medal. On Purple Heart Day, we had a nice ceremony at Washington's headquarters. Everybody who was there showed great reverence. We like to do this every year. We've done it at the Hall of Honor before. As I said, you couldn't do it this year because it's under construction. What else can I tell you guys? If you would like to join the Military Order of the Purple Heart, all you have to do is go to www.purpleheart.org. You can find your local chapter. You have to join through the chapter. Do the contact for the chapter, which is usually a commander or an adjutant. You get in touch with them, and they'll be able to hook you up with an application. So that's how you join the Military Order of the Purple Heart. We have chapters all across the country. We even have some, we have them in Alaska, Hawaii, Guam, all of our possessions, Puerto Rico, the Caribbean. So we're all over the place. If any of you guys ever get to New York, please look me up. I'd be happy to take you to the Hall of Honor. I'd be happy to take you to Washington's headquarters. They do a great tour there. You can see the museum, which has 1,300 artifacts. and the actual museum has locks of Washington's hair, a bunch of his stuff. And then you can actually take a tour of the Hasbrook house, which is the house he stayed in for the 18 months that he was in Newburgh. You can walk through the house, which is the original house, and you can go into his office, and you can see the desk and the place where he actually created the badge of military merit. Some things that the Purple Heart does, we get veterans on shows like this. We've been on, if you guys listen to Sirius XM, we've been on Patriot 125. We gave away a Purple Heart Dodge Challenger through Nexen Tire. The gentleman who got that was from South Carolina, and it was a pretty nice car. It was a 2018 Purple Challenger with custom Purple Heart badges. It had the 5.2 Hemi, 485 horsepower. It was and it had been gone through by Nexen Tire, so it had some custom accessories and a custom exhaust, and that was nice. What else can I tell you guys? We are planning to have the Patriot Project come through next year, 2021. So what we do is we go to all our Purple Heart chapters across the United States, and we ask the commander to submit one Purple Heart recipient who has not been to see the Hall of Honor, and they can bring one other person with them, whether it's a caregiver or a family member or whatever, and we fly them into the nearest airport. The nearest airport for us is Stewart Airport. It's an Air National Guard base as well. Air Force One has been in many times when the president's gone to West Point to give a graduation or a commencement speech. So they're very familiar with landing military planes, as well as it being a regular airport. It was also, at one point, a backup runway for the space shuttle because the primary runway is 12,000 feet long. It's a nice airport. It's out of the way of Kennedy, LaGuardia, and Newark, and it's only about an hour from the city. So we do that. We fly everybody in. They stay at the Thayer Hotel in West Point. This is all free. No, they don't pay for anything. We give them a couple of tours around the area. Like I said, they see half see Washington's headquarters in the morning, the other half see the Hall of Honor, and then in the afternoon we switch. Next year, I believe they're going down to New York City. They have something else planned, which I'm not sure of. Their meals are all included. And then this year, what we're going to do is merge the Genesis Medal Dinner in with their stay. So they'll all be here.
You got me? No, you got me. You got nothing here.
Yeah,
I got this.
I can hear you.
Hey, Richie, you okay?
Yep, we're good.
Matt, you hear me? Richie.
Yeah.
The couple of mortars hit the generator.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we had a little power outage. So we're back in business, though. Let's get going here.
Well, I covered a lot of the topics, so whatever
I tell you, really, I hear that you were back on the show here. You did well about coming to visit the sites. I mean, there's a lot of history in the Hudson Valley.
There's a lot of history in the Hudson Valley. If you're a Rev War fanatic, there's many places you can see here in the Hudson Valley. Many places. The New Windsor Cantonment is the last encampment of the Continental Army, and that's where the Hall of Honor sits. So not only can you see the Hall of Honor, but you can see all the other exhibits for the last encampment of Washington's headquarters, of Washington's troops before he dismissed the troops.
Yeah, including even Stony Point and up in Ticonderoga and Saratoga. And
Yeah, they're a little far from here, but
yeah,
yeah.
but I'm just saying, the up the Hudson River, Lake Champlain is,
Well, this is where it took place.
yeah. It's like, and people don't know. People live here, they don't even know that, you know. West Point's right around the corner.
Well, West Point's an amazing place to take a tour. And what we do with the Purple Heart Patriot Mission is we give them a tour of West Point, but we give them the backstage tour. We take them places where the normal tours don't go.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. It's like, and all the times that I wanted to go on a tour when I went to the 101, actually our banquet was canceled this year because of COVID.
Of
We
course.
usually have a Bastogne banquet at the first weekend in December.
Yep.
But that's gone now, which is sad, you know.
Everything's canceled.
Yeah. So, and other than that, I guess, gee, and thank you so much for filling in there.
No problem.
And thank you, Don Reeves, for the Facebook pitch on the bottom there, airborne all the way. And so what's your next, what's going on? What's the future look like for the hall? I mean, beside being it was totally leveled and going to be rebuilt, right?
Yep, it's going to have everything that was on 2 floors, I believe, will be on 1 floor now. So it is handicap ADA accessible, but I know they had an elevator in the hall. I don't know if they're going to use that now or everything is going to stay on 1 hall. There'll be, I think, more meeting rooms. We meet at Washington's headquarters in Newburgh. And there's if you've ever seen that famous picture of Washington in the White House, we have one of those at Washington's headquarters. Same size, it's a life-size, full-size picture. We meet in that room, which is really the Purple Heart room. And the Hall of Honor is going to, I guess, mimic some of that. It'll have some more artifacts that guys can donate stuff. I know that one of our past national commanders, Bruce McGinty, we have his Huey flight helmet there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the Hall of Honor. It's not just medals and stories. So
Right.
the good thing about the Hall of Honor is there's a roll of honor, and it's a database where if you have a Purple Heart with proper documentation, the Hall of Honor will enroll you. They'll put your picture in from that time that you were in. They'll let you put your story in, and
That's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting to look it up, and you can look anybody up.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
It's a self-guided tour. I don't believe they're going to have people taking you on tours per se, except if you come with a crowd. Then they do have docents that'll break up the crowd up and kind of take you around and answer questions.
Right.
But you can spend as much or as little time as you want there.
Is there going to be any refreshments available?
No, there's nothing. I don't think you're allowed to bring anything in.
I mean, like a little cafe, you know what I mean?
I don't know what the new plans are. I don't think so.
Okay.
Currently, there was a gift shop. I'm not sure if they're planning to keep that gift shop. I know there's going to be a big atrium where people can meet. The Hall of Honor before, there was only a small entrance. So I know they have all of these things under consideration. I haven't.
Is Anita and Mr. Bedrosian still going to be involved?
They're involved now. Anita Padilla is the director, and Pete Bedrosian is the historical manager. Pete does a lot of reenacting from Civil War all the way up. He likes World War I stuff. When we have ceremonies, he'll come out in World War I uniform or a World War II uniform. Yeah,
I know. I've seen him. A nice guy. I met him a few times.
They have all that stuff there. So
that's great. Yeah. How many? I'm not going to say members. How many people are enrolled in the Hall of Honor?
250 something thousand.
Wow.
Now, there's 1.8 million Purple Heart recipients in the United States. The government does not keep track of Purple Heart recipients. They only keep track of the top 3 medals. Medal of Honor, if you get a cross, and Silver Star.
So the Distinguished Service Cross, Medal, MOH, and the Silver Star.
A Silver Star. That's the only 3 they keep track of.
Okay, that's sad. I
It
guess
is.
the VA has to cover up the Purple Heart guys, right?
Well, what they're trying to do is to get the Purple Heart in, that category now.
Right.
But I don't know if they can backfill. I don't know. A lot of those records from our time were lost in the fire in St. Louis.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
The only way would be if somebody has their actual orders, or a DD 214 or something that shows you got the medal.
Right. Okay. Boy, oh boy, that was a interesting discussion here. We got a question here, I guess, but I think you already answered it. What is the Purple Heart Patriot Project mission?
So the Purple Heart Patriot Project mission is something that the Purple Heart Patriot Project has put together in order to bring one Purple Heart recipient and one caregiver or one family member from every state in the United States and our possessions, Puerto Rico, Guam, wherever. We fly them back to Newburgh, New York, so they can see the Hall of Honor, Washington's headquarters. And next year, they're going to integrate the Genesis Medal Dinner with their trip. Normally, we do that separately, but we realized that while we have 50 to 100 Purple Heart recipients here, we might as well do the dinner while they're here.
Yeah. It seems to me like you're going to have to get a bigger room.
Anthony's Pyramid can hold 100 some odd thousand people. Joe Bonora does a great job with the dinner.
Anthony's still Anthony. Okay, yeah, okay. We could do one of those foldable walls. Get it out of the way, right?
He pushes. Yeah, you could put 200-300 people in there.
Great, good, okay. All right, Richie. Well, listen, we thank you so much for this. I'm quite sure a lot of people got a boatload of information that. I mean, I didn't know. I live here and I've been there. I'm a member for 15 years or so, and just I wish. And how could they join?
I already mentioned it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
And we're sorry about the mortar rounds.
Just go to www.purpleheart.org. Find a chapter. They'll tell you where your local chapter is. You have to join through the chapter, and it's $50 for a life membership. It's not expensive. So
no, that's great. Yeah, it really is.
I think coming up in one of your next shows, we're going to have the CEO of the Purple Heart Patriot Mission come and expand more on the fundraising side and what the Purple Heart Patriot Mission does. Russ Vernon is a colonel, retired colonel, Army, and he's got a lot of information about the Patriot Mission, and he'll have more up-to-date stuff on Gary Sinise and whatever else is going on.
That's great. Well, thank you so much. Salute you, Richie, and welcome home, brothers. Carry on, and sorry for the mortar rounds. I didn't drive them in.
No problem.
Take care. See you next week. Okay, there we go. Another episode of Veterans Live Show. Richie Drago, commander of the Purple Heart Merit Military Order of 1792 in Newburgh, New York. What a fine representation, gentleman serving for so many years over there. And he knows what's going on. All right, so don't forget to tune in next week, and don't forget to go on the Fallen Never Forgotten page and in the Fallen Never Forgotten network and pick up a copy of our book, Fallen Never Forgotten. It makes a great gift, too, for Vietnam veterans if somebody's watching who's not a Vietnam veteran, and they could go from there. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. Live from the bunker, checking out. Take care. God bless. And welcome home, brothers.